forged in the fires of Mount Etna, and quenched in the river of Lethe, enchanted to be concealed as a pen, it is Riptide, the sword of Percy Jackson. In 2005, Rick Riordan published Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, the first book in his Percy Jackson and the Olympians series. 5 years later, in 2010, director Chris Columbus teamed up with 20th Century Studios to release a movie adaptation of Rick Riordan's young adult novel. In 2013, for the second and, as of now, final film in the series, The Sea of Monsters, 20th Century brought on props master Ken Palco, who designed the props and the hero weapons for the film. This included a redesign of Riptide. This time around, they created an entirely unique hero sword for Percy Jackson star Logan Lerman. So this month on DIY Prop Culture Builds, we build Riptide from the Percy Jackson and the Olympians series. So this build might be a little different than the other ones. First, get a pen, study up on spells of concealment, and then break out your enchanting table. You'll need the feather of a fowl, the serum of the sody pop, and the soul of a swine. Then you're done. Okay, so maybe we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. For materials, you will need a plank of wood, a saw, a whittling knife, a Dremel tool, clay, hot glue, gold spray paint, aluminum tape, and bronze ribbon tape. First, like a few months ago when I built Sting, print out a scaled version to make a stencil with, and then trace it onto the wood. Cut it out with a handsaw, cut through the crossguard. This isn't needed because I plan to model the entire hilt out of clay due to the intricate design. Thin out the blade and then sand it down. It's very important that it's as smooth as possible. You can see here that I rushed through this step and the result was iffy at best. Then, over the course of a few days, gradually, section by section, sculpt the handle, pommel, and crossguard. One of the most intricate sculptures on the hilt were the shields at the base of the blade. So I saved those for last. Once all of those are dry, make sure you're wearing some old clothes that you don't really mind getting dirty. Use hot glue to add the raised sections on the hilt. Carve in the runes on the crossguard with the Dremel tool. Get out the gold spray paint and paint the pommel and crossguard. Once that was dry, I wrapped the handle as flush as I could in the bronze ribbon tape. It might not be as perfect a wrap as it could be, but that's because of the weird shape of the handle, so that's fine. Use the aluminum tape to highlight the two ribs in the middle of the handle, and then sculpt the tridents with your hot glue. Then paint the shield. I used a mix of maroon, brown, tan, gold, and a little bit of black paint on the shields, but feel free to mess around with these colors because I didn't get the shade quite perfect. Then trace out the sectional carvings on the blade, and then carve them out with the Dremel tool. Apply aluminum tape to the runes on the crossguard and then the blade. Lay it as flush as you can and push some of the tape down into the sectional grooves, and then trace over them with a Sharpie. And now you have your very own Riptide. For difficulty, I give Riptide a medium. For cost, I put it probably around $30 once it's all said and done. If you built along or have any recommendations for future builds, then leave a comment and let me know, because I'd love to hear from you all. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, then turn on the bell to get notified when I upload next.